was paying the parking pass. I remember. Because the fucking parking Nazis.
Yeah, they see that Maserati. It's not even there right now. I thought it was right.
Yeah,
next
it's right
to
up front.
Yeah, no, they actually usually pretty good with me, but it still pisses me off. It's like, it's just insane.
You gotta get
how-
some parking. Why didn't you lease the parking right next door over here? I figured you'd be able
we
to
actually
hustle
know that owner really well, and we do have some. They are old school and they do things like the other night at the event we had an unbelievable turnout.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no
And,
parking
Yeah,
anywhere.
you guys were here. It was great, right?
Parking.
Well, we talked to Emily next door, and it's like, hey guys, it makes money. Like, hey, you want for the night? We'll take like 10 spots. We'll give you like $300.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And she's always like, all right, Mike and Matt, like, I love you guys, but I need to know the make of all the cars. Like, they're so, dude, I'm telling
They're
you.
that strict on that, huh?
Well, no, they're old school, and it's just like finding an off-market deal. By the way, this is the Michael Ketchen Show, another episode. I'm here with KB4, Bill and Bob Murray. We'll get that going for the intro. We're going to have a lot of B-roll there. I just realized I didn't do the introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same type of stuff that you guys buy that we buy. You buy from old school mom and pop owners,
Yeah.
landlords that I mean, I hate the word sophisticated because I think it makes all of us sound a lot smarter than what we are. But they don't, it's like they're stuck in like my way or the highway. And those are the best people to buy from. I mean, where do you get your best deals?
Best
Right?
deals is just the regular people that have had them forever, and you're knocking on
Yeah.
doors, and they're not sure if they want to sell. Then all of a sudden they sell.
Yeah, and they go, oh, I don't know. And
Yep.
I haven't raised the rent since 86.
Exactly.
And those are the best things, right? And it kind of makes me laugh because real estate's interesting where you have like this bell curve. You either have like super, unsophisticated mom and pop, like extreme over here, or you have like the ones that kill me, and you're going to meet a lot of these at the event. I mean, we're all going to REI Summit, and you're going to meet a lot of these like stuffy suit wearing, like everything's on a spreadsheet. Oh, look at your pro forma, and you don't know about these returns and your waterfall. And I'm like, you fucking nerds. Like, you haven't owned or operated a single piece of real estate, but you're going to tell me what to. Those are my. Oh, God, I get so
Pet
triggered.
peeves,
I get
for sure.
so annoyed where I'm like, how much real estate have you operated? Oh, but you want to tell me why my model doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And I say, get off the sheets and get in the streets.
Yeah.
What do you two got cooking? Bill Murray was on, I think you were our first guest.
First or second. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so
it
odd,
might have
man.
been. A while back.
Coach you guys for a while, work with you guys, and you guys just continue to explode. I'm so proud of you. And now we're into the world of Bob Murray. Bob the Bulldog. My favorite Bob story.
Yeah.
I get a phone call. I get a voicemail. I never check voicemail. For some reason, I was going through it, and I get a voicemail that goes, Mike, it's Bob the Bulldog. And I must have listened to that thing on repeat like 8 times.
I'm all about the nicknames. Nicknames people remember you.
I remembered you. You're hard to forget, Bob. So what have you two been up to? Tell the world. What's going on with KB4 Properties?
We got a lot of stuff happening right now. We're expanding. We're growing. We have some properties that we're going for the Bird method. We just actually refinanced one of our properties, made a good chunk of money on that.
Love it.
That was a seller finance deal. And now we have some buildings that we're purchasing this week, if all goes correct. Another one that was from knocking on a door and finding some random guy and working out a deal. And then we have
Find random guys often.
Yeah, of course, always, man. If
loves random
listen,
guys.
if they're gonna,
That's why you send
he
him
loves
out to get
random
all the
guys,
random
yeah.
if
guys.
they're gonna sell, I'll put a smile on. I don't care. I'll put a smile on.
Now I get why you're getting all these off-market deals. There's his Instagram course right there. How do you source your off-market deals? You put a smile on it,
Whatever works, I guess. But no, we're trying to do in-house property management a little bit here and there. Well, not a little bit. We're doing it. Maintenance tech. We're expanding. We got the right people in place, so it's going really good. It's going smooth, so we can kind of, as Bill always says, and you always say, buy back our time because I can't be working 24/7 all the
Yeah,
time.
actually, shout out to if you're an entrepreneur and you haven't read, I don't care what level you are, if you haven't read Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time, definitely check it out. I think we can link to that in the show, right, Kaylee? We can link to that. Check out the link. I can't recommend that book enough. Bill, what's going on in your world? What's your perspective on that? Because that sounds like a lot Bob's got cooking. What are you doing up there in the visionary seat? Talk to me a little bit about that.
It is a lot. And right now as we grow or continue to grow, it's figuring out how do we organize it and how do we continue to expand further, but set up these systems, processes, people so we can do that. We got to build the base, right? So we've been growing nonstop. And every once in a while, which is where I think we're at now, we hit an inflection point, I should say, where it's just like, son of a bitch, we can't keep doing this the way we're doing it because we're never going to grow. So what do we now have to level set on, recalibrate where we're going, how we're going to get there, and now work towards continuously building that base stronger so then we can propel forward even more.
I love that. And also, Cooper is joining us. Cooper is
Yeah,
alive.
first
If you can see
employee.
him on the screen, he is breathing.
Yeah.
Now he's being the best dog in the world. He's not moving. So people are going to think, why is it just... And there you go, Cooper. Show the people that you're doing okay.
There you go, boy.
What is... I remember when, we first started talking and working, and it was like, hey, we're going to buy a deal. My brother's involved. We're trying to figure it out. So now, you guys are starting to build a business. What has been the biggest because I've asked him, and I'll go back to you, but what has been one of the biggest eye-opening things? Because you also took a huge risk.
Yeah.
Right? You left corporate. You guys scaled a company that exited.
Yeah.
You didn't go back. What has been eye-opening to you about being a real estate investor and kind of starting your own business?
Eye opener for me, honestly, a big thing about it has been how to use money, Bill and I grew up with cash is king.
Yep.
Save every single dollar, put every single penny.
How's that working in this economy?
Let your savings, yeah, for real.
Exactly.
Let your savings grow, and that's what we did. And long story short, if we were making the checks we were making in the corporate world, at that time, we could have used that money and expanded to well over 500 units
Yeah.
by now. And just using the money, refinancing, rolling that into the next property. I'm talking like, making a couple $100,000 here and there just in one check, and then moving it to buy another cash flowing investment. And I'm starting to see the window now. I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like if we keep on doing this, it might be a little bit, but we could be sitting on the beach running a team and going from there.
There's also, and I don't know if we can timestamp this, but producer Jake, if you can, I want you to throw up a graph that shows the buying power of a dollar since 1970 to today. Because what you just said, everyone needs to understand. We are on what's called a fiat currency. We're not back. We're not a hard currency. And what you just said hits the nail on the head. If you don't have hard assets that beat inflation, you are basically you're becoming poorer every day. And real inflation is just killing your buying power. And I remember when we first started working together, you got this stuff, right? You and I connect.
Yeah.
We just have a really good vibe when we work.
Yeah.
This was a little different for you because to be fair, it's like you guys are athletes. I know you coach wrestling. You just, congratulations, got inducted to your local athletic hall of fame.
Thank you.
It's like any muscle. The brain is like any muscle. And when you grow up conditioned a certain way and everyone around you is conditioned that certain way, you're trying to think unconventionally. And the name of the game is OPM, and the name of the game is it's other people's money. The name of the game is hard assets that beat inflation. Because at the end of the day, you cannot earn a wage fast enough to beat that. I mean, you guys have seen, I know we talked about the Burr method. Why don't we go inside the numbers real quick, right?
Sure.
Let's talk about that dairy deal.
Yeah.
That you guys did.
do it.
Because what did you guys get that for? What did that just appraise at? What did that seller FI go through? Because that
Sure.
is a successful Burr that you guys did that now you're redeploying.
Yeah.
Take us inside those numbers.
Yeah, so that was an interesting deal in the sense that we knew the seller, so we ended up working out a deal where we got seller financing for half of it and the bank carried the other half. So the purchase price was $1.5 million. It's a 12-unit
What did you guys put
property.
down?
So nothing down.
Bingo. Did you guys hear that? Hold on a second. Don't just jump past that. $1.5 million asset. Remember, it's not what you buy, it's how you buy it.
Yeah.
And the way he structured that, $1.5 million cash flowing building,
Correct.
zero out of pocket. Great job.
Yep.
Keep going.
Now, since we've been growing further, we would have probably taken out a little bit of a construction loan on that, but we used the money and from our other properties to renovate, rehab a lot of the units. I mean, we're taking rents from, what were they, 800 to 1,000 up to 1-bedroom units at like 1,900 a month right now. So we just had it reappraised at 2.4 million. So we
2.5.
2.5?
Yep,
2.5.
2.5.
So $1 million in equity created with forced appreciation. You might have had someone walk that building and yell at you about those rents.
Yeah.
We get into that the first time I met Bob.
You thought
That
I was a
funny.
contractor or something like that.
What was like the first time you met me when we walked that building?
It was awesome. Bill's like, I got my coach. I'm like, all right, awesome. Like, who's this guy gonna tell us what to do, right? So I was small-minded at the time a little bit. You roll in some beautiful Mercedes coming. I'm like, what is this? Probably has suede shoes or something like that. But no, it was awesome. I saw you look at it and you said, damn, this is a good property, and I really. We're proud of that property. Like that was.
You should be.
That was a proud property in Derry. I mean, the seller was my father-in-law who honestly kind of knows real estate, so it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah. It was a lot of value add too to the properties where we talked about, Mike, what you kind of told us was, all right, how do we, additional pet fees, washer,
Yeah.
dryer rentals, like, internet charges if we can. Like there was a lot of upselling storage, and that way that just adds to our rent roll.
There was also, and the reason I want to bring up that story is so to give context, Bill, this is what I think coaching and everything is so impactful. Because I have a coach, I have a mentor, you coach mentors, obviously.
Yeah.
When Bill was already doing his thing,
Yep.
and we met, and you were actually the first guy I ever coached one-on-one because I was doing the classes and I didn't want to do it anymore, just to do the coaching. And you could have easily put your head in the sand and said, IKB, right? I know better.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And we walked that building. And what I want everyone to take away why you need a coach, why you need a mentor is Bill showed up with the right mindset that has since unlocked. I mean, if your net worth hasn't tripled,
Oh, yeah.
since we started, I would be shocked because that one property alone, remember, it's easy to show up in the role I'm in. Hey, do this, do this, do this. They actually executed. And I want to go back to the story. $1.5 million purchase price, 100% creative finance, just appraised for 2.5. Now it's cash flowing. Now you have an infinite return. And
Right.
now, talk about the second half of the burr, you guys pulled some equity
Yeah,
back
we
out, right?
pulled out $270,000 on it.
On top of paying off your seller finance note.
yeah.
So that investor's got another $500,000 plus, whatever it is, to redeploy.
Correct.
This
Correct.
is all from one deal. Now, if you go back to your corporate job,
Yeah.
right? So how long have you owned that property?
2021, November of 21 or
Something
22.
like that.
Yeah,
So
So
November
in
of
4
22, I
years,
think.
just on the equity, never
Yeah.
mind the cash out refi, never mind the depreciation, never mind the cash flow, never mind any of that. Just on the equity, you made $250,000 a year in net worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know any corporate job that's paying you $250,000 raises annually?
Not annually.
I don't know any. Maybe they're out there. I don't know any. On top of which, the time freedom in the business where
Well,
you get
that's it.
rewarded.
That's it.
And this is why you need the hard assets. This is why you need to invest. Now, fast forward. Now you guys are professionalizing the business, is how I feel.
Yes.
Talk about that. What's that been like in that structure with your sibling you grew up with? It's got to be awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe some challenging times. So
Yeah.
what's that like?
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean Bob and I are similar in a lot of aspects, but very different in others, right? So Bob is
I was putting it incredibly polite. Yeah. That is, as someone who coaches them both, that is
we
the
work
most
very good
polite thing
together.
I've
Yeah.
ever heard in my, just lied right on my Instagram
well,
page.
no, we grew up. We're competitive, right? But we know what
did
needs
say
to
he
get
could beat
done.
you in wrestling at the start of the show.
No, dude, he can't beat me. I beat him every single time. I've taken him down.
No, man, I
Ask
could-
the people.
This
that-
is going to be the live stream.
Jiu-jitsu
right here.
before we went last time.
Yeah.
Take
He has
that.
good hips. I already said it.
You did say he's got good childbearing hips.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
he's
can
a good
good
foot
job.
kick.
I'll throw him around every now and then. You know.
So, and it's tough at times, but I mean, Bob's an extremely hard worker, and he'll just
Yes.
go.
Bob's got
He
heart of a
just
lion.
correct. He just needs to be in the right direction, so he's not because he'll just keep going even if it's on the wrong thing. And me, I'm over analytical sometimes with things, and I wouldn't say like I'm a hard worker, but I'm also lazy in the sense that I'd rather figure out how to do something than do it myself. Who can do this?
Who, not how.
Who, not how. And that's it. I've read the book like 4 times just to reiterate, all right, who, not how, who, not how. Because why do I want to be answering phone calls, responding to tenants, dealing with evictions, which we're still doing because we're still growing, but it's like, this isn't long-term goal, right?
Yep.
And then Bob will just do it until we're like, dude, we got to get someone else to do this so you can focus on, what you're really good at. And that's what's working.
Delegate to elevate.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I've gotten better with that at times. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I can just do it myself in one day, other than wait for someone else to do it a week. But
Yeah.
What's that costing you?
It's costing me so much time. Like, what's your time worth, right? I can't be doing $20 tasks when I should be doing $500 tasks here and there for an hour. And that's where Bill's mindset comes in. I mean, I wouldn't say he's lazy at all, but he knows how to delegate to elevate for sure, and that's what's bringing us.
I
to the
think
next level.
lazy though, and that because I think I'm lazy as
Yeah.
well. And people, I say that people are you nuts. I go, no, I really am. And I think lazy is the way guys like Bill and I are like, who, not how,
Yes.
Yeah.
how to build it.
Yes.
I would say again, what's interesting about you and give yourself a lot of credit is your mindset shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've really had to work on your mindset a lot. You've done it. You've leaned into that, right? And I think that's one thing that doesn't get talked about enough is mindset is everything.
It's huge.
It truly, truly is. And especially when when you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner and you're a real estate investor, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, but a lot of times you can't see the light.
Yeah, that's right.
right?
Exactly.
And that's a great way to think about it. And suddenly it can just explode. And then you have these explosions, but then guess what? You hit that ceiling and you got to
Yeah,
bust
that's
through
it.
again. And
Yep.
you got to bust through again. And I know that's been big for you to come through. So what I want to ask you on camera, right? Because I know it was stressful you guys building this, right? You're going from a really high earning
Still
job,
stressful.
a company.
Yeah.
But what I want to do though is I want to show people the other side because we just talked about the great deal. I'm going to start with you. I'm going to go with you. But I want you
Yeah.
to talk about one amazing thing you've been able to do as a result of being a business owner that you couldn't have done in the corporate job. What's one thing you've really enjoyed?
Honestly, one thing I've enjoyed is being able to problem solve for myself. You know what I mean? Problem solve as a team here. Like put people into place that can take something off my load so I can go with my daughter. And for example, tomorrow it's her birthday, 5th birthday. I'm taking it off and just going to enjoy the day with her at the beach or go see Lilo and Stitch, the new movie that came out. But that's kind of like something that I don't have to ask somebody to take time off. You know, I set my schedule so I can have somebody else do some work while I'm away enjoying my time with my family. So that's really something that's come a long way because yes, I am a grinder. I like to put my head down and just go, whether it be bust through walls and sometimes the wrong wall, but I'll figure out how to get back.
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
So
What do you
true.
got?
Yeah, I mean, Bob knows. I mean, my thing is spending time with my family and kids, and I've been doing probably more than I should, but I coach 2 wrestling teams during the winter, which adds a lot. And then I'm traveling all the time, you know, for sports. We go to the Cape for like 2 months in the summer. You know, I work from there, but it's, I just, to Bob's point, we just create our own schedule. Like we'll get the work done, but I don't need to be told where to be or what I have to do. I just know what I need to do. I'll do it from wherever I need to and get it done. And that's the time freedom that this opens it up to versus like be here, do this, you know, do that. I could never do it anymore.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to share that because again, one, you're both great dads. You're both great entrepreneurs. You're both great people. And I wanted to have you both back on. I was so excited, one, first time, and second time, because to see your growth, but also to see, I think of you guys as quality real estate investors. And what I mean by that is you guys take pride of ownership. You're working in different towns. The community's really getting to know you. You guys are very involved. And we celebrate wealth and success in America. It's like taboo, right? It's like,
Yeah.
tax the rich, eat the rich, whatever bullshit that crackpot AOC is saying, and all that other stuff. Whereas it's like, no, this is what it's about. You're getting to be quality dads, quality men on your terms because you're taking a risk. And I want you to celebrate that. And I want you to remember that next time because it is going to be hard, right? Where you guys are going, right? We're scaling up. I tell you the guys this all the time. 2 years from now, I don't doubt that you guys are going to be probably 5 to 10 times bigger than what you are right now. Like, think about that
crazy.
vision. Like,
Yeah.
that's already happened.
Yeah, we have to do it for
Well,
sure.
it's going to be amazing. You're going to get there already. So I think that's going to be great. And outside of that, maybe we'll get the live stream of the wrestling match next time. What kind of odds are you giving me? Is it odds on Bill? Are you like a 2-to-1 favorite here? Is he a dog?
I don't
Like,
know.
what are we
I mean,
doing?
Bill can speak for it, but I mean, a full 2-2-2.
I did see you at the gym at like 3:30. You still working on like at 3:30?
Yeah, well, now I switched gyms to go to 24/7 gym. Yes, I just like to do it because it's my wife and I's biggest controversy is she goes to the gym at 5 a.m. or she actually wakes up at 3 to go to the gym. Some sessions at your drive over there at like 4 a.m. She's the 4 a.m. crew, so I got to get before her. So sometimes I'm at the gym now. I'm at the gym. I'm waking up at 2:30, hitting the gym at 3 in the morning.
Who watches your kids that early?
She's sleeping. So then when I go home, then she goes. So
you guys are in this weird like
yeah.
standoff of who can get up and sleep.
Yeah, but I'm also, you call me at 7:30, I'm passed out. At
So you go back home and go to bed.
yeah, after
right.
my day.
I was like, that's nuts.
Yeah.
My money's on you.
Yeah, right.
Heart of
That's
the
what I'm
line.
yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Bill, just wait for me to shoot.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah,
just drive.
that's
Well,
it.
that's it. I mean,
but
that's
that's
why
all
we're
it
going
is.
into it. You know what I mean? Are you guys gonna have each one of you? Well, I know your kids are already wrestling. Are they
Yeah.
gonna do JJ wrestling? I mean, talk about the discipline that goes along with that because I also think that helps.
Yeah,
a lot
I
too.
mean, that's the thing that I can't talk enough about wrestling, and I tell all these parents and coaches. I mean, my philosophy's, I'd say, aligned with a lot of the people, but some it's different in the sense that I'm in it for, especially on the kids level, is I want them to enjoy it, to learn it, to like to do it, right? There's a big thing with wrestling and weight loss. I mean, I am a huge advocate for just wrestling, just having fun, especially when you're a kid. When you get older, you can do that. So it's, in that sense, it's self-discipline. So my daughter's my biggest wrestler, and we travel to Pennsylvania. We're in Washington State earlier this year for a national tournament. So we travel a lot. And the biggest thing is what does your discipline look like, right?
Yep.
And how do you, and it's not a team sport. Like it's a team when you're wrestling on a dual meet and you cheer each other on, but you're out there, it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know, you're by yourself at this point.
Dude, the life lessons
That's
are unreal, man.
And that's
literally
the
the
thing.
man in the arena.
The
Yeah,
man
it's
in the
literally-
arena. And that's what
Man
it
in
is.
the
It's
arena.
the life lesson. We both grew up wrestling. It's you create your own discipline. However much you want to achieve and wherever you want to go, that's on you. Like my daughter comes to the gym at 5 a.m. every morning with me. And she's
How old is she?
Well, technically she's 16 now because that's what the gym requires, but she just turned 14 yesterday. So she's been doing it for a year now with me.
savage.
And then on the days that she's off, she's wrestling every single night of the week.
She
and
has
I'm
discipline
bringing her.
like
And
you. Like she has discipline. You
Yeah.
heard it here first. She's gonna be in the Olympics one day.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I'm not one of those parents or anything like that, but you watch this girl. So it's gonna be
It's the
crazy.
love
discipline.
that.
We actually ran a 5K yesterday at the Cape. We just signed up on Sunday. We ran it yesterday, and she
How
won
amazing.
She won her age division, 14 to 18. She just turned 14, so she got bumped up. But yeah, we ran that yesterday. I took third. I'm so pissed off.
To have
Oh, you
that.
Yeah,
took
dude, I
third?
took third, man. I ran a 7-minute, 14
Oh, I'm not
second
even
mile, and I took
close to
third
that
in my
right now.
age division. I was pissed.
Yep.
I haven't
know.
ran in like a year though.
Those guys are all going to be on TRT because that's incredibly impressive.
That's the problem.
I would not be mad about that.
But that comes down to just, I mean, you just do hard things, right? And you just figure out a way to overcome them. That's all life is, right?
if that could be like parenting only, like if parenting was hard, so it was like the thing I put up the other day about like AI in schools.
Yes, I
pick
saw
up,
that.
I pick up my godson. He's oh god, he's at that age. This is the age that annoys me. He's 12. Like I love teenagers. I was in
Yeah.
high school. I was able to like work with them and like because you're becoming a young adult. I
Yeah.
can logic with you. Little kids are okay, but middle school, it's like they think they know everything.
Dude. Yeah, I got
And
two
it's
middle
so
schoolers.
fucking
I
annoying
got
at that
two middle
age.
schoolers.
And anyway, so he gets in and we're talking about AI. And I mean, obviously, I have public school experience, and public school in this country is in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great opportunity to change everything, but I don't think people realize it's bad leadership.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. But I said, how you guys doing with AI? Assuming like they be,
Yeah.
oh no, my teachers, they don't use it. It's dumb. It's this. Then I talk to every parent I know who's homeschooling their kids, who's putting their kids in private schools. That's all they're talking about.
Yeah.
They're getting their kids ready. And it's like,
different.
here's your gap. You know, you're going to cry about this and socioeconomic this. Fuck all that. Here's your gap. They're showing up. They don't care about, you know, regurgitating facts and what used to be. They understand the macro economy is changing in real time and they're getting ahead of it. And it's like they're not taking advantage of that. It just
Well,
absolutely kills me.
That's
You know
the
what I mean?
thing, Mike. You know it from being in it. Like they want you to be a worker. They don't want
right.
you to think on your own. They
Yeah.
want to tell you
Yeah, no
how to
critical
do it. All they
thinking
do
and-
is teach the test. That's all they care about is
Yeah.
what's your test score? Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like that is no real world. Like, and it's lead by example when we go back to the wrestling stuff. But even she's got a twin brother. He's into golf now, but now he's reading real estate books. He wants to learn how to do real estate. He
Who's your
just
son?
read. Yeah, my 14-year-old son just finished. He
Bring him
doesn't
the
read it all.
memes.
Yeah,
he doesn't read it all. He just read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and now he's on the next book already.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
gotta meet
starting
this
to
kid.
ask me questions. And he said the other day, which I was just laughing at. He said, "Dad, my math teacher said that your house is biggest asset you have." I go. He's like, "But the book said it's a liability."
It is.
I was like, "It's a fucking
Yeah,
liability,
it's a liability.
dude." I'm like, "What did you say
tell
to him?"
to
I'm like,
ask
"Did you
his math
challenge
teacher?
it?"
Yeah. Did you tell him, hey, ask him? So, excuse me, Mr. Math teacher.
Where does it go on your balance sheet?
Yeah. Tell me on your balance sheet, if the water heater breaks, who pays for that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
I
then
mean,
so
it's fucking
he's
insane.
thinking, and he's like, "But if I own a property and someone pays me, then that's an asset, right?" I go, "Yes, that's the asset,
Exactly.
dude."
This
so
is my
he's
new
like,
favorite kid in the
his
world.
mind
Yeah.
shift is already, and but it's this now they see, and you got to, especially as a parent, I can't tell my kids read this. Dude, you got to show them what you're doing, and eventually they'll catch on. Like
Lead by example. Well, that's
it.
what, back to the point of like, you are blazing a trail, but you got to let them walk the path.
yes,
And when you try to helicopter parent, when you try to make people workers and isolate, and I mean, speaking of Kiyosaki, it's a great example. My mother-in-law of all people, who's reading Rich Dad Poor Dad for the first time.
that's funny.
This woman's incredibly successful, commercial attorney.
The attorney,
But she
yeah.
texted me the other day. She goes, you know, a lot of people say this and say that. I said, listen, his opinions might be out there, but I would challenge. He's a billionaire. I challenge all those other people, those opinions. What is their net worth?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I say it all the time, and you know it.
That's it.
If someone's giving you advice and they're not living the life you want, politely smile and tell them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And
Damn sure.
it's this math teacher, I guarantee you, has never built the business,
No.
has never exited anything, but he wants to regurgitate facts.
That's it.
Yep.
Focus on doing, not regurgitating facts.
Yep.
And that is wild. We can keep yamming, but listen, he's Bob Murray. He's Bill Murray. Where can guys get more about KB4? Where can they learn more about you?
They can learn by reaching out to us, but also we're getting going with our social media now.
Yes,
so
we need to
our
improve
social
that.
media
we're starting to
We're
move.
gonna
I
go
know our
there.
social
It's a
media is
work
not
in
beautiful
progress.
right now, and that's the thing with hiring
What's
out
the
and expanding.
what's the IG handle?
So we have KB4 Property Group.
Yep.
We have Facebook, Instagram. We have another meetup this month, June
Yep.
17th as well.
But we don't know when this is going to air, so that's why
So
we'll
yeah,
edit
it might
that
be a little
out. But
later.
that's all right.
But we have them every other month. Every other month in
Every other
Salem.
month they have a great meetup in New Hampshire.
we have
I haven't
our
been invited to
website.
speak yet. Apparently, just fuck me.
Well,
I don't know what I'm doing.
We haven't had any speakers yet.
Yeah.
We're looking for
You
them.
know, apparently
Exactly.
just screw my Ketchen. I don't know what he's doing over here.
No.
But, no, all jokes aside, two of my favorite guys. Go give them a follow. Two unbelievable entrepreneurs. I can't thank you guys enough for being here. And until next time, bet on yourself.